What? Weak?
Weak.
Yeah, because it doesn't talk about what kinds of tests they were. Some test areas can be much easier than others and stuff like that. Okay. So we need more information before we started thinking this was really strong, right? Like every time I study for 2 hours for a test, no matter what the subject area, blah, 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 blah. We had all that in, and then she says, I'm gonna study for 2 hours for my biology test. Then I'm gonna start thinking, chances are you're gonna do good. Okay. Okay. A person who exercises regularly and eats a balanced diet is defined as healthy. Since Sean exercises regularly and eats a balanced diet, Sean is healthy.
Deductive definition.
Deductive definitions and valid. Okay.
I apologize, can you repeat that?
Yeah, a person who exercises regularly and eats a balanced diet is defined as healthy. Since Sean exercises regularly and eats a balanced meal, or eats a balanced diet, Sean is healthy.
Okay. Since it says since it's stating the definition, even though it might not necessarily be true, because it says this is the definition.
Yes, right.
Automatically it's definition.
So you take that as the definition.
Okay, yeah, that's what I want to clarify.
Right, okay. Every time it rains, the streets get wet. Therefore, if it rains tomorrow, the streets will probably get wet.
Inductive probability.
Okay, strong or weak?
Weak, strong.
Okay, Israel, why do you say weak?
First of all, there could be many ways that you can get the street wet. Like the place that I used
But
to
it-
stay,
But it says, if it rains tomorrow,
if it rains tomorrow.
the streets will probably get wet. So what are the chances the streets won't be wet if it rains? They'll be wet, right?
Yeah.
So you can say this is a prediction, or you could say it's cause and effect reasoning, right? And I think in either case, it's going to be strong. Although if we don't know anything about rain and streets and wetness, she said every time it rains, does that mean every instance that we've had rain, the streets have been wet? If that's how we take it, well then, I think this is certainly strong, because they're saying, of course, technically that could just be one case, but let's not worry about that. If an animal is a mammal, then it has a backbone. A whale is a mammal, therefore a whale has a backbone.
Deductive based on definition.
Yes, I want to say that. There's another deductive that I would say yes to as well. Let me read it again. If an animal is a mammal, then it has a backbone. A whale is a mammal, therefore a whale has a backbone. It also has the form of modus ponens. So I would take either of those for that. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Let's see what. Typically, the lower you keep the temperature of the air conditioner, the higher the bill will be. Since Kenny keeps the air conditioner in Tritico Theater on 50, the bill must be very high.
Because it says must be, it makes me think it's a prediction probability, but I was wanting to say cause and effect.
I would take either of those, because remember, cause and effect and prediction can overlap when it's going from cause to effect. Okay, so either way, you're going to be right. And now tell me if you think strong or weak. Okay. The longer it does not rain, the drier the ground gets. The drier the ground gets, the more likely it is to be placed under a burn ban. It has not rained in a while, and the ground has gotten really dry. Therefore, it must be under a burn ban. What say you people?
Deductible, cost and effect.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't allow this question because it's not clear. They attempted, so their answer, according to them, is this is deducted by virtue of its form and it's valid. However, if we symbolize this, it wouldn't be one of those forms on our form sheet, right? But it does follow necessarily from those statements. So it is deducted by virtue of its form if we allow other forms to count, right? So again, you guys are seeing the necessity of the conclusion even though it's not one of those standard forms. So you're doing these mental deductions whether you realize it or not. So a right answer is deducted by virtue of its form, but if we see that it doesn't fit any of those forms and so we exclude that, then cause and effect reasoning or prediction would be good answers. Kathy is an Orthodox Jew, hence Kathy keeps kosher. Anyone?
Deductive
Yes?
by definition,
And therefore, and Valerie and Val.
valid.
Yep. Max is going to win first or second in the 2-mile run. If Max wins first place, he'll get a medal. If Max gets second place, he'll get a medal. Hence, Max will get a medal.
Deductive form.
And therefore necessarily
Valid.
valid. Okay, we'll go back to Hanson and the dogs. Okay, so we will end here early. So what I encourage those who read, bring your sheets up, and everybody please come up with 5 questions that we can practice with next time, okay? All right, that's it for today.